The imminent pause has not altered current circumstances on the ground, with reports of fighting continuing in the region. But if the deal is fully implemented, it would be the first significant days-long pause since fighting began over 6 weeks ago. But the trust deficit between both sides remain.
Both sides are serious about their commitment to this truce. The fact that it took 46 days before a first truce has been agreed should tell us a lot. The United States, Qatar, as well as the Egyptians have been working very hardly behind the scene in order to ensure the success of this truce. And the terms of this truce are very elaborate. There's absolutely no trust between Hamas and Israel. The trust, however, is between the mediators. So the Qataris and the Americans, as well as the Egyptians, have given assurances to both Hamas and Israel that the truce is going to be adhered to. Now, whether this will happen or not remains to be seen. However, I think that the truce will hold at least for the first 4 days.
The United States, China and Russia all welcomed the agreement that will see some 50 hostages, mainly women and children, exchanged for around 150 Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails. The 4-day ceasefire would be the longest halt in fighting since October 7th. Israel indicated the truce would be extended by a day for every 10 additional hostages released, while Israel would allow more humanitarian aid, including desperately needed fuel, into Gaza. But Israel has made clear that this was not the end of their fight to dismantle Hamas's capabilities in Gaza.
Outside, there's a lot of nonsense talk, as if after we cease fire for the release of the hostages, we will stop the war. So, I would like to clarify, we are at war, and we will continue to fight. We will continue to fight until we reach all of our goals.
The agreement welcomed by the Palestinian Authority is something that could be expanded.
The release of a number of our prisoners during the war is a very important thing. This deal can signal a start to a change in the general atmosphere of this war. Therefore, this will break the wave and create a new reality that may convince the Israelis that power doesn't always achieve the aimed results, and that sitting at a negotiation table is better and can bring more practical results for us and for them, more than what they can gain from the battlefield.
As victims on both sides hope for progress,
we need to establish this release. The best thing is that everybody will be released at the same time, but as I said, some can stay in that situation for a bit longer and some will not be able to hold on. So we have to start doing the deals and get them back to us.
We hope this ceasefire will be good. We have been waiting for this ceasefire. We've been hoping for it. We pray for peace so all the people can be done with all of these challenges we are facing. We have been fleeing from one place to another. We hope the ceasefire will be good and that we will see positive solutions from this. We pray for a ceasefire. We pray for people to live in peace so that they can go back to their jobs, to their houses, to have stability.
A deal that offers a glimmer of hope in a sea of despair. One question for now is whether this agreement offers an opportunity for greater goodwill between the warring parties. A confidence-building measure that could foster a longer pause that could then lead to a permanent cessation of hostilities. At least that's the hope in organizations like the United Nations. The Israelis have signaled that for now that's not the goal. And while their officials earlier dismissed outright any talk of a ceasefire, we now have a 4-day pause, showing what's possible when diplomacy is allowed to bridge what often appear to be intractable divides. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.